Hello students, Mr. Yun here with Chapter 3, Lesson 1. That Roanoke colony. Whoa, who knows what could have happened. But let's get into the content. The word on the street in Europe is that there is great potential for wealth creation in the Americas. They make a lot of money there. England wants to get in on that action. In 1584, Queen Elizabeth sends Sir Walter Raleigh to start a colony. Raleigh's scouts find a swell spot called Roanoke Island, located off the coast of modern-day North Carolina. Now, Raleigh tried twice to colonize the island. The first group arrived in 1585 with them. Artist John White recorded the surroundings with drawings and produced valuable information. They had a rough winter, though, and gave up, sailing back to England. Raleigh tried to colonize Roanoke again in 1587. This time, this group contained 91 men, 17 women, and 9 children. John White, that artist from the first expedition, went back and personally led this expedition, which included his pregnant daughter. This daughter gave birth to Virginia Dare in the New World. It was the first English person born in the colonies. Virginia Dare, how about that? Now, White left 9 days after the birth of his granddaughter to get supplies from England. He planned on returning in a few months, but thanks to the war with Spain, have you ever heard of the Spanish Armada? Probably last year. Thanks to that war, he did not return to Roanoke for 3 whole years. When he returned, nothing remained of the colony. The only clue, as described in that video, was the word Croatoan carved into a tree. Very mysterious. Now let's bump down to Jamestown. That scary business of a whole group of settlers mysteriously disappearing forever kind of scared people, and they didn't really want to colonize for a hot minute. But by 1606, requests for charters started coming into the now King James I. The first such company to receive a charter from the king was the Virginia Company. The Virginia Company of London was a joint stock company, hoping to cash in on some swell goods such as gold, fish, and furs. The company sent 144 settlers to the New World in December of 1606. They settled in Virginia in a town appropriately called Jamestown. If any of you kids settle Mars someday or the moon or something like that, I expect to see a Yundtown, Yundopolis, or Yundville. Sounds real nice. Anyways, instead of finding riches in Jamestown, they found severe winters and hard times. Captain John Smith led the survival efforts, getting help from the local Powhatan Indians. Things got really tough, though, that second winter. Smith went back to England, and the Powhatan Indians were like, these people are on their own. They called this winter of 1609 to 1610 the starving time, which is coincidentally what I call the time between breakfast and lunch, or lunch and dinner, or really any time I'm not eating. Despite these hardships, the Jamestown colony managed to survive and even began to thrive. They made big money on their special tobacco, which was a breed from the West Indies. The company sent some more women over, and magically, there were more marriages than babies, which is all good for growing a colony. In 1619, Jamestown created the first colonial legislature, called the House of Burgesses, which was, the first elected legislature in the New World. Also, another thing that helped them out, they started giving out head rights, which was like, here, have all this land, bunch of acres. That's one of your vocab words. You'll note that your vocab words are generally highlighted within the lessons, within all lessons. Good little trick there. Let's see, House of Burgesses, we talked about that. All right, too bad for the Virginia Company, that joint stock company itself. People were thriving in the colony, but that joint stock company, the Virginia Company, wasn't really making any money on that whole Jamestown colony. In 1624, King James took control of the colony, making it what's called a royal colony, so under the control of the crown. Oh, and here's Yundopolis chilling on the bottom. Now for your assignment today, you have a little quiz. Your quizzes, they're all very much the same. There's a routine here. It'll be 5 questions, multiple choice usually, and they're each worth 2 points. Also, I think I'm going to go with 3 attempts for this year. Maybe we'll drop down to 2 later. The important thing to note here is you have 3 attempts, so if you burn one and blow it by, say, not reading the lesson, you can do it again, but it won't show you the right answers till your last attempt. So just behooves you to get it done the first time. Just go through the lesson, watch this happy little video, and then you should have no problem with the quiz. I'm not putting in trick questions or anything like that. So that's it. You have 3 attempts. Let's take a quick preview of the questions. Things like, hey, what settlement mysteriously disappeared? Important people, important colonies, what Indian tribe helped the people out? Things like that. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just making sure you understand the lesson. So that's it for today. 3 attempts. If you have any questions, please just let me know. If you get a question wrong and you think you got it right, mistakes happen, or maybe you saw it a way I didn't see it, let me know. I'm usually pretty understanding and often give you a point just for taking the time to message me. Alright, that's it for today. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll see you tomorrow.